Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another outstanding episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the Monarch of Mardi Gras, the Baroness of Bourbon Street. Whenever she's not co-hosting Ringside Society, she goes on crazy misadventures, such as, dressing up as one of the Road Warriors and picking random fights with random people, dressing up as Sergeant Slaughter and making people do 23 burpees, or dressing up as the big boss man and making people go to jail for petty crimes. Louisiana's own Kathy Knight. And the second corner we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. Three continents down, three more to go. No cap, straight facts, the worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us. You see, we have AEW Dynasty coming up on Sunday, April 21st. That's right, the day after 420. You get some good weed on Saturday, then you get some good wrestling on Sunday for all my weed smokers. I don't smoke weed, but hey, have at it. No judgment here. But AEW Dynasty, we have 12 great matches. Every match has a great build-up. But before we get into that, we have a special guest joining us tonight that's gonna also be partaking in this episode. We at Ringside Society, we always enjoy fan involvement. We encourage it. So with that being said, welcome back to our show, our recent 15 minutes of fandom guest, hailing all the way from the Great White North, which is Canada, one of my favorite countries to visit, even though I haven't been there in years. Everybody, welcome to the show, the very talented Aiden MacLeod. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Great, great. I just got home from work, ready to unwind. I mean, I got to work tomorrow on Sunday, but I mean, it's the weekend, so it's still. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So, um, AEW Dynasty, man, how do y'all feel about this card?
Kathy, how about you go first?
It's pretty stacked from top to bottom. Like Remy said, it's got there's a story for all of them, which AEW does pretty well. They try to stack their cards and have a good show. So excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I agree. This card is looking really nice top to bottom. It's going to be hard for people to pick and choose when to take their bathroom breaks, I feel.
Awesome. Yeah, in all honesty, I've seen AEW cards before where they just put together matches, but looking at each of these matches, they each have a story behind them. And I like the fact that although AEW has gotten a lot of flack recently for how they've been doing things and so on, some people were saying, no, AEW is fine. They don't need to be like WWE, because that's what people are saying. Oh, they need to be more like WWE. But, if they become like WWE, now you're going to say, oh, you're trying to copy WWE. So, like, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But not to digress, I'm very impressed by the way this card is set up, by how they took time to build for each match. Even so 3 out of the 12 matches are actually on the pre-show, and even those have a build-up behind it. So it's definitely looking to be great. I'm going to be definitely all eyes. I mean, I'm going to be at work when it shows, but I'm going to try my best to be all eyes and see what's going on. So, with that being said, for those of you that are actually watching us right now, thank you very much. So basically, what we do with these prediction shows is we go down the card match by match, and we go around the room and pretty much have everybody, I ask everybody who they think is going to win the match that we're talking about. And then at the end of the show, we give a general prediction as to what might happen during the show and whatnot. So, those of you that are watching, feel free to chime in. Feel free to send whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, not Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube. Feel free to give your predictions, and we'll definitely highlight them. And like I said, we really and truly appreciate, we encourage fan interaction as well. So with that being said, we have AEW Dynasty. Let's get it started. We're already running behind. Those of y'all, we apologize for the late start. I myself had a very personal matter I had to deal with that required my immediate attention. I apologize for the inconvenience, but we're gonna get the ball rolling now. So with that being said, we have AEW Dynasty, hailing from the Show Me State of Missouri. Wonder why it's called the Show Me State, but I don't know. I could be good or bad. I know Kathy likes the bad stuff. Show me, they'll probably I guess you, Kathy. I could tell you want to show me something. I'll show you what I got from Louisiana, and it's gonna be all hell there, broken glass and whatnot. But hailing from the Show Me State, and the first match we have, and actually it's a match on the pre-show. We're going to be having a winner takes all match for the AEW World Trios Championship and the Ring of Honor, the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Championship. It's going to be I guess the AEW the AEW the AEW Trios Champions, World Trios Champions, the Acclaim, which is the team of Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, and Billy Gunn versus Bullet Club Gold, which is, or I guess they call themselves the Bang Bang Gang. I don't know, which is a team of Jay White and the Guns, Austin and Colton Gunn, who are the sons of Billy Gunn, and they're the current Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Champions. So, Kathy, who you got for this one?
So I actually left it blank until like a few minutes before we even started this because I was like, I don't even know. But I ended up circling Bullet Club Gold. I'm gonna go with them. As much as I love the Acclaimed, I think they're gonna take all of it. Bullet Club Gold.
What, you don't love the Acclaimed? I thought everybody loves the
No, I
Acclaimed.
do love the Acclaimed.
Oh, okay,
I don't think they're gonna take like I don't think they're gonna win. I could be
okay.
wrong. I tend to be wrong on these AEW shows. Like WWE, I usually get it. AEW is kind of 50-50, so we'll see.
Okay, okay. I would say scissor me, but we're too far away. And then again, knowing you, you'd probably pull something, and I'd be left with a broken hand. So, um, Aiden, who you got for this one, man?
I'm gonna agree with Kathy on this and say Bullet Club Gold takes both sets of belts here.
Okay. I think Bullet Club Gold are gonna do it too. I don't see the Acclaimed actually getting this. Then again, um they don't need those titles. I mean, they're good as a tag team anyways. But I wonder what if the Acclaim were to win, what kind of catchy name they would have. Would it be like Scissor Six because they have six titles now,
Probably.
or you know, it'll probably be some cool name. But all I can think is the word scissor and the number six. So, but I know this is definitely going to be a great match. Um, but I think Bullet Club Gold, they're going to get it eventually. And I'm all for it because I mean, to me, let's be honest, they call it, the Bullet Club is supposed to be a team that's taken seriously, but for some reason, I just find like they're lacking, man. I think they really need this win. So the next match we have is a singles match. Ooh, man, and it's gonna be I guess you can now say former best friend, Trent Beretta. Not the best friend of this opponent. He's going to be going up against Matt Sydal. Now, for the not former best friend of Matt Sydal, but former member of the Best Friends, Trent Beretta. New attitude. I kind of saw this coming a mile away. I think everybody has. Um, it's going to be interesting to see how his ring style is now that he's actually adopted a more aggressive attitude. I mean, you saw him on, what was it, Dynamite, when he took out Christopher Daniels and the other guy with the chair. This is
Inside
gonna be
Alley
one to
took
watch.
out.
Oh yeah, who's the other guy he took out?
It was Daniels inside out that he took out.
Oh right, I didn't get to catch that. Okay, so wow, I guess this is gonna be a bit of a some revenge for Matt then. Um, Kathy, who you got for this one?
As much as I love Matt and his high flying skills and everything, he's badass. I think I'm gonna go with Trent
Okay,
because Trent just turned heel. He's gonna make a run for it, make a tirade, and have a couple of wins under his belt. So I'm gonna go with Trent.
Okay, Aiden, how about you? Who you got?
Kathy's on the money. I think they're going to be building up Trent as a new rival for Orange in the wake of the split, and a victory over Matt Sydal. Much as Sydal doesn't appear much in AEW product these days, they still tout him off as a big opponent to be, which personally I do think is a true statement. So I'm going to go with Trent.
Okay, I honestly, I'm gonna go with Trent Beretta too as well. This is going to be a crazy match. Not too crazy, but crazy that it's going to be interesting to see because we've never really seen Trent that much as a heel. He's been a brief heel as one half of the Dude Busters or one third of the Dude Busters, uh, 12, 13 years ago in FCW FCW slash WWE. But we've never really seen him as a heel in that, or at least this kind of heel where he's aggressive, he's fed up, he's cutting corners. It's going to be interesting. But I'm gonna go with Trent for this one. So, and speaking of Trent, the next match we have is actually a tag team match, and it's going to be the team of Orange Cassidy and Katsuyori Shibata versus Shane Taylor Promotions, which is the team of Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty, who is one hell of a ring technician. That guy is going to go very far. Hopefully, AEW realizes that and um, lets him do his thing. And they're going to be accompanied by Olympic boxer Anthony Ogogo. Kathy, we got for this one.
So this one too, I left blank until the show, and I ended up going with Orange and Shibata. But I mean, Shane Taylor is gonna put a hurting on both of them, and Lee Moriarty's nothing to sneeze at either. So I was actually leaning toward Shane Taylor Promotions, but then I changed it to Orange and Shibata. So I guess I'll stick with that.
Um, Aiden, who you got?
I'm thinking they're going to want to end Zero Hour on a higher note after two heel wins. So I'll say Orange then Shibata, but it's going to be a very tight contest because I know Shane Taylor's got that one hitter quitter that is going to put someone out, but or whether it's Orange or Shibata, whichever one doesn't take that one hitter quitter is going to be able to save the match for them.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Shane Taylor Promotions. Um, the reason why is because not only do they have Anthony Ogogo out there, but they also have, for some reason, Orange Cassidy. Not Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta. He is determined to be a thorn in Orange Cassidy's side. Um, I don't know why, but I got a feeling Shane Taylor's going to cost, not Shane Taylor, Trent Beretta. He's going to cost them the match. So I'm going to go with Shane Taylor Promotions for the win on this one. The next match we have, now we're on to the main show. Those three were actually the three that are going to be on the pre-show. So now we have the main show now. And the first the first match we have on the show itself, it's going to be a trios match. And it's going to be the team of I almost called the guy Coleman. Adam Copeland with Eddie Kingston and Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black, which is the team of Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. Kathy, who you got for this one?
Had to think about this one too, but there's too many stars on the other side, so I went with Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe.
Oh man, yeah, you're definitely right about that. The other side could be stars too, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, I could see Buddy Matthews going far if they let him. I could see Brody King going far. He has the size and everything going far if they let him. Malachi Black, of course, come on, the guy's showing he can do his thing. But yeah, you have a point there. Aiden, who you got for this one?
I'm actually going to say House of Black wins the trios match. They've been
Okay.
teasing Black versus Copeland as a TNT title program. And what I think will happen here is Black will end up getting the fall on Adam to set up that title match later on.
Okay. Who is gonna? Oh man, this is kind of a hard one. But Man, you got three men on one side who are not a tag team, who are not a trios, an official trios tag team, but in their own right, they can hold them. They can hold their own separately. Um, Adam Copeland being a multi-time WWE champion and now the TNT champion. Eddie Kingston, who's had one hell of a year this year, and you have the current Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe, who I'm glad finally got that chance. Now he's no longer the other brother. Although it's sad that it took Jay Briscoe to pass for him to actually finally make it and get that title. But and then you have the House of Black, which is who are a consistent trio. Um, you know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you, Aiden. Go with the House of Black. I think they're gonna pull this. They're gonna pull this off. It's gonna be a lot of tricks, but I think they're gonna pull it off.
They probably will, because every time I go against the House of Black, they win.
Because the house,
And
you never.
then when I do pick them, they lose. So I never get it right. But I do want to see Eddie and Brody tear it up. That should be pretty good. Like, I just want to see Eddie slap the shit out of Brody, because Brody's a big guy. Just like
Wow,
wham.
that's kind of like body line. That's kind of like body type racism because he's a big guy. You want to see somebody slap? Wow, that's just mean,
I just want
Like,
to see him chop him down like a tree, like wham.
what you want to see? Kathy, gee, you're a sadistic person. You want to see him get chopped? This is not a horror movie. This is wrestling. You're making it seem like it's something from Friday. Oh, jeez. Nah, I'm just kidding. That would be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. Um, Hopefully we get them in a singles match down the road. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with House of Black. They're gonna get this one. The next match you have is another. This is an interesting one. So we have Chris Jericho, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roll, Le Champion, Lionheart, whatever else he's calling himself, going up against Hook, who is the defending FTW championship. Now, this match is not only for the FTW championship, but it's under FTW rules. I don't know what FTW rules is. Is it a no disqualification?
Basically, a no disqualification match.
Ooh, okay. Kathy, you got for this one?
So I had to kind of think about this one too, but I don't think Hook's gonna give up that FTW title anytime soon. But if
Okay.
it's no DQ, you never know. It's Chris Jericho. He could have people interfering. He could cheat. So, but I think Hook's still gonna retain. I think.
Okay. Aiden, who you got?
I'm gonna go back to agreeing with Kathy and say Hook retains here.
Okay. Um, whew. This is going to be a tough one because you got Hook, who's been killing it, but it's Chris Jericho. 30 years as a wrestler, battled many of the greats. Um, Offered his mentorship to Hook, and it was vehemently refused. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. I guess I'll go with Hook. I don't see where else Chris Jericho could. I mean, if it's FTW rules, if this is no disqualification, I don't know. I doubt Jericho has anybody on his side, but I got a feeling Hook's going to somehow pull this off. It's gonna, and then also, Taz. He pushed Taz, which is something you don't do. I don't know if this is the same. If this is the same Taz of yesteryear, but you don't ever push Taz. You don't pick a fight with Taz. Like, he will clap back at you. And Jericho actually did that. I don't know if he was feeling himself, but he of all people should know that Taz is not no pushover. So I got a feeling Taz is going to get involved on behalf of his son, and the fact that he tried him in that ring. So yeah, I think Hook's going to win this. So the next match we have is a singles match for the AEW International Championship, and it's going to be the defending champion Roderick Strong going up against his former friend Kyle O'Reilly. Kathy, who going for this one?
So Kyle just came back, but I think Roger's gonna retain because he's got the Undisputed Kingdom. If they go to the ring with him, they're gonna cheat all day long, and then Roderick's gonna retain. So that's why I'm gonna pick Roderick.
Okay. Aiden, who do you think is going to win this one?
I'm going with Roderick as well, simply because of the Undisputed Kingdom's potential presence, not just from Taven and Bennett, but you also have Adam Cole giving that strict order to Wardlow to keep the international title and the ROH tag belts on Strong and Taven and Bennett. So that's definitely going to be a factor in this matchup.
Okay. Man. So I'm gonna go with Roderick Strong winning. I think it's gonna be too soon for Kyle O'Reilly to get this title. I know he's been rusty. We haven't even seen him in a match yet since he came back. Um, I got a feeling Roderick Strong is gonna retain. That's what I'm gonna go with. But now this is gonna be the beginning of a new story as into what side Adam Cole is gonna take, because on one side you have, Roderick Strong and, the rest of the kingdom who he has history with. But at the same time, you have Kyle O'Reilly, who he also has history with. I mean, they broke into the business together. I mean, into Ring of Honor together. They were a tag team when they first went to Ring of Honor.
Future Shock.
And yeah, Future Shock. And they've battled before, and they were in Undisputed Era with Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish. It's going to be interesting to see how Adam Cole plays into this scenario. But I'm gonna go with Roderick Strong for the win for this match. The next match we have is a house rules match for the AEW TBS Championship. We have the defending champion, the cheerleader gone dark, Julia Hart, defending against Willow Nightingale, who will be accompanied by the ever so present and energetic and vocal Stokely Hathaway. And I believe that's one of Kathy's favorite managers too. Is it him or Prince Nana? I know you were doing the.
Eh,
Oh, I think it's Prince Nana. Yeah, you were doing the dance the other day, right?
Yep. I did. I was at AEW. I did the dance. I like Stokely too. He's funny. He's witty.
Yeah. So, interesting match. A lot of build up behind this one. A lot of twists and turns. Who you got for this one, Kathy?
One too, and I still don't know if I got it right because I'm like, eh. I went with Julia Hart to retain, but I'm kind of like, maybe they might put it on Willow. I don't know, but I guess I'll stick with Julia. It's under house rules. Then again, it might backfire if Chris and Stokely are with Willow, they might help her
Mm.
win, or it might be the time Chris turns on Willow. So
Oh,
guess
right,
we'll have to see.
right. But it actually defeats the effects of the mist, because Chris
Yeah,
never got blown with the mist. It was Willow.
maybe
So
Willow goes
it
dark.
yeah, that could happen. Um, Aiden, who you got for this one?
I think Willow's going to be the new champion simply because of her stronger connection to Mercedes Moné, who's going to be making her debut and challenging for the TBS Championship at Double or Nothing. So, unless they go with the twist that the mystery attacker from a couple weeks ago was in fact Julia, then I could potentially seeing it being a three-way or maybe even a four-way with Chris involved. But in the event it's not that, I'm going with Willow.
Okay. Um. Wow, this match could go either way, but I mean, yeah, Kathy, you mentioned Chris Stylander, but also there's Sky Blue, who's on Willow's side too.
Yeah.
Uh, Man, you know what? I'll probably go with Willow Nightingale. Because then that's gonna set her up for I'll leave that for my general prediction, but I'm gonna go with Willow Nightingale for this one. Um, So the next match we have is a singles match for the AEW Continental Championship. Well, how many titles does this company have? Like, sheesh,
A lot.
gee. It's like you get a title, everybody gets a championship. Like, damn. Okay, so AEW Continental Championship is on the line in this match, and it's gonna be the defending champion, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, defending against the bastard Pac. Kathy, you got for this one?
Pac's gonna take it to Okada, but I think Okada's gonna retain.
Okay.
He's elite. So yeah.
Mm. Hey, who you got for this one?
100% Okada retains.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go with Okada for this one too. I don't see him losing to Pac. Pac is a great athlete. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't see him getting the win over Okada. It's gonna be a hard fought match, and Okada's he's done the long he's done the long matches. He's done like the more than 30+ minute matches, almost hour long matches. So I'm gonna go with Okada on this one. And speaking of Okada, the next match we have is the tournament final ladder is a tournament final ladder match for the vacant AEW World Tag Team Championship, which was actually vacated by Darby Allin and Sting, with Sting retiring. And now it's going to be between actually the last tag team that Darby Allin and Sting faced in the Young Bucks, which are Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, versus FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. Kathy, who you going for this one?
So I left this one blank up until the show. I had to think of it, and then I was like, "Well, it's the Young Bucks. They were the last ones to, like you said, they wrestled Darby and Sting, and they were the ones that held the titles before. And then they're the EVPs, so they'll probably stay on themselves. So I'm going with the Young Bucks.
Okay. Aiden, who you going for this one?
I'm gonna use a little bit of insider knowledge here. They've been playing up the all-in footage quite a bit for this storyline, and a big part of that the Young Bucks also been teasing at is that they would occasionally make references to Jack Perry, like "Scapegoat, love your work." So I think tonight the big story from the tag title match is going to be Jack Perry coming back, pushing over the ladder before FTR can pull down the belts, and helping the Young Bucks win.
Okay. In all honesty, in regards to this match, I can see I'm gonna have to go with the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are gonna take it. FTR is a great tag team, but I think the Young Bucks are gonna take this, and it's definitely gonna be one to remember. I think this is their time. This is the Elite's time again, but under a different mindset. And yeah, I'm gonna go Young Bucks for this one. The next match we have um, is a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. It's going to be the defending champion, Timeless Tony Storm, accompanied by, I guess you can call her former self, Mariah May, because she dresses up like, I could say her former self because she dresses up like Tony Storm did in WWE. But she's going to be accompanying her, and also her ever faithful or loyal manservant Luther. And she'll be going up against Thunder Rosa, La Mera Mera. Kathy, who got for this one?
So I'm kind of torn, but as much as I want Tony Storm to retain, I think all her momentum and everything, Thunder Rosa is gonna win.
Okay. Aiden, who you got for this one?
I've got Thunder Rosa for this match. I'm feeling like it's time for Tony to drop the title and move into a new storyline, potentially dealing with her, I guess, understudy, Mariah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa to win this. I think Thunder Rosa is gonna pull it off. and she's gonna get the win and finally get the title that she never really lost back then. By the way, wasn't Timeless Tony Storm the interim champion after Thunder, or was it Jamie Hayter?
Tony was interim champion,
And then Jamie won it from her.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa. She's gonna win this. So the next match we have is a singles match, and it's gonna be this is gonna be a hotly contested one. Two different styles. Both men are actually widely cheered for by wrestling fans all over the world. It's gonna be Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. Kathy, who you got for this one?
So this one's gonna tear the house down. It's probably gonna be match of the night. I went with Bryan, but I'm kind of leaning toward Will. But I guess I'll stick with Bryan.
Okay, Aiden, how about you?
I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay here because of Don Callis family interference that will lead into the eventual split of Will Ospreay from the Callis family.
Okay.
Because he'll be mad about a tainted win over Danielson, and that will be the impetus for him breaking away from the influence of Cyrus the Virus.
Interesting. I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay for this one too. It's gonna be the match of the night. It's gonna be a show stealer, but I see Will Ospreay pulling it off. There's gonna be some BCC Don Callis family involvement because they attacked Cesaro. By the way, where's this guy? Is Wheeler Yuta injured or something? Because I haven't seen
Wheeler
him around.
Yuta is still on the injured reserve. They had when BCC went down to Arena Mexico for a I think it was a CMLL event. They had BCC against 4 of the guys from that promotion. They had to replace Wheeler with Matt Sydal because Wheeler is still injured and he is still holding the Ring of Honor Pure Championship while he's on the injured reserve.
Yeah, that's not a good look. They got if he's gonna be injured for more than a month, yeah, they gotta take that belt off him. Like that ain't it. But yeah, I think there's gonna be some BCC involvement on the part of John Moxley and Cesaro. And matter of fact, they should. Oh yeah, but then again, that probably would have been a conflict of interest. I was thinking they could have put John Moxley versus Powerhouse Hobbs on this match, but I don't think New Japan would appreciate that. But
So Moxley challenged Hobbs for like next week's Dynamite.
yeah, but I was saying it would have been great to have it on this, but got to give something for leave something for Dynamite. So, but I'll predict like there's lots of involvement from both sides, but Ospreay's gonna get this win. That's what I'm going with. Then so the last match we have for the night, and this one has been built up a lot. I know all eyes are gonna be on this. Whoever has to go to the bathroom, they're probably gonna try to hold it off until this one is over. And I'm talking about the singles match for the AEW World Championship, the main event, and it's going to be the defending champion, Samoa Joe, going up against a man who has shown us how dastardly he can be. He's broken into people's houses and looked at their kids while they're in their cradle. He's actually bled. He's actually signed a contract in his own blood. This man is going through. I tell you, this seeing what this man is going through reminds me so much of um, Heath Ledger when he was getting ready for his role as a Joker in Batman. I'm talking about Swerve Strickland. He's going to be accompanied with Prince Nana. Kathy, who you got for this one?
As much as I like Samoa Joe, I think they're gonna finally pull the trigger and go with Swerve. So I'm gonna pick Swerve, which they should have did like a couple of months ago when he was really hot. I think he's kind of losing a little bit of momentum, but maybe I'm wrong. That's just my opinion. But they should have put Swerve as the champion like a couple of months. But I think they're gonna finally do it to Sunday. So as much as I like Samoa Joe, I think it's gonna swerve and go to Swerve.
Okay. Aiden, who you going for this match?
I am fully prepared to eat crow on this. Not just the crow, the whole damn nest. But I'm hoping to see Samoa Joe choke Strickland out.
Okay. I'm down for that too. But I gotta feel like, given what how serious Strickland is, I mean, the man signed it in his own blood. I got a feeling he's definitely finally gonna get the win. He has been wanting this forever. The guy has definitely proven he's championship material. He even has a win over Adam Page. But I got a feeling that Swerve Strickland's gonna pull this off. He's gonna be a new champion. I'm all for it. The man definitely deserves. Don't get me wrong. I got number love for Samoa Joe. The man is a great addition to any company he goes to. And he's shown it when he was in Impact. He's shown it in Ring of Honor. He's even definitely showed it in WWE. Although I still think he should have gotten at least one title reign on the main roster while he was there. But hey, that's the business. But I think Swerve is going to pull out the stops, and he's going to be the new AEW World Champion. That's what I'm gonna go with. So, with that being said, that was our whole card, all 12 matches we just went through. So, I'm gonna go around the room one more time, and it's time for our general predictions. Starting with Kathy, do you have any general predictions for AEW Dynasty?
Not really. Although when Aiden started talking about Willow, which that would suck if Willow becomes champion, because then if we have Mercedes and Willow, of course Mercedes is gonna take it from Willow, and we'd have a transitional champion. It'd make more sense if Julia retains, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really have besides that. It was a lot of confusing, like trying to figure out which one I wanted to pick. I'll probably be wrong about a lot of them, but I guess we'll see.
Okay, I thought the same thing too. Like that's why that was one of my general predictions. I was like, Willow versus Mercedes, because apparently Willow cost Mercedes Moné a couple of months off her career. So
Yeah.
I was thinking she wins, and then they set that up for. But it's going to be too predictable. It's going to be just too predictable if they do that. And I hope she doesn't get it if she fights Willow, because it's just make her work for it, man. Just make her do the Cody story thing. Make her like face this person and that person, and before she gets to there. But yeah, I feel you on that one. Any other predictions?
Not really. I don't really see anybody debuting. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cut and dry, I think, on this pay-per-view.
Yeah. And sometimes that's all you need too. You need like there was one time when every time they had a big debut or a big like announcement, and like they need to just like every pay-per-view doesn't or I don't know if they're calling them PLEs, but every show doesn't need to have that. You can have shows with just the matches. Like this one I see is well thought out. Every match has a good build up, and that's it. You don't need and now this person's all elite. But knowing Tony, he's probably gonna do it. But I really hope he doesn't. Like, just save it for Dynamite or some other time. Aiden, any final predictions? Any final general predictions?
I think sleeper candidate for match of the night, Strong and O'Reilly.
Okay.
Those are two incredibly solid competitors, and they're going to have an absolute heater. Other than my predicted return of the Scapegoat in the tag title match, I don't think we're going to be seeing anything in that similar vein. I mean, unless, of course, the newly released Jinder Mahal appears tonight, but he's got a 90-day no-compete.
Wait, so that thing was really legit? He legitimately left?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xia Li, Jinder Mahal, and Zion Quinn all released.
Yep.
Well, we all know Zion Quinn's going to go to AEW. That's a given. I mean, his
It
wife is
is.
over there.
It is after Mania. They tend to do that. So
Good old
Well,
spring.
well, Kathy, you and I gotta admit this. It was well right now. It doesn't so far. It doesn't look so bad because several years ago, you know what happened. Like 20 something people got released, and
yeah,
and it was like, wow, okay, they're clearing house for the pandemic.
have a feeling this might be just be the beginning though. I mean, they started with 3. It gradually goes. It's like 3 at a time every day for the next 5 days or something like that. I don't know if it's gonna be like that this year, but it seems like it started.
Well, at least Tony lets them run out their contract. They're like, okay, we opted not to renew your contract, and that's that. That's one good thing. Wrestlers could say like he lets them, unless you do something like CM Punk, and you threaten you start a fight, and then you end up like making the boss fear for his life. I don't know how true that thing is, but that's what I heard. I'm not gonna go by that, but unless it's that situation, yeah, then you're gonna get cut. But one good thing about AEW, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm on borderline doing tribalism, because WWE has its pros and cons, so does AEW. But at least with AEW, they're like, you say, okay, well, their contract ran out, we opted not to renew them. That was that. Although recently they fired a bunch of people too, so it is what it is. Wow, Zion Quinn. It, like I said, maybe go to AEW, maybe go to TNA, but that's that. Um, my general predictions. This is going to be the start of regardless of whether Kyle O'Reilly wins or not, he's going to get beat down. Adam Cole is going to come through. He's going to hesitate to partake in the beating down, and he's probably going to be like, "Hey, lay off him, leave him alone, and whatnot." And he's going to have people like in confusion as to like what side he's going to be on, because these are two men that he has history with. So it's going to be it's definitely going to be one to watch closely. Um, Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta, we're going to see that happen again. It's this is going to lead to them. This is going to continue on the road to them actually facing off against each other. Um, what else? What else? What else? Young Bucks. They're gonna all three of them are gonna have tag team gold. I could see it. Um, and they're gonna add a new member, Jack Perry. I could see that happening. What's going to be more interesting is when Kenny Omega actually makes hopefully he makes his eventual return, and then we're going to see how that's going to play out, because the Young Bucks were his boys, but they fired him from the Elite, so it makes you wonder, like, when he's healed, what's going to happen. He still has Kota Ibushi on his side, so we just have to wait and see. And that's pretty much all I have right now, and that's pretty much it. That's all I got. So yeah, great card. I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's going to be a banger. I just know it. So, with that being said, that was our card for tonight. Aiden, I just want to say, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our show. It was great having you back. Once again, I apologize for the late start, but I had something that I had to take care of ASAP. So
Don't worry about it, man.
um,
I had something. Well, I can't say it was similar because I don't know what your deal is, but I had something super serious come up all of a sudden a little bit after Christmas.
Okay.
Kind of threw the whole
Okay.
rest of the year into disorder.
All right. But thank you for actually taking time out to be on our show. Really and truly appreciate it. So with that being said, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling? Check out your RPG work. Yes, he does RPG. He does work with RPGs and whatnot, role playing games. That is. Where can they find you at on social media?
As usual, people can find me on Twitter at @AMacLeod_biz. That's MAC_Leod.
Awesome. Y'all make sure you follow this man. He's very talented, very good at what he does. Give him a follow. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyes are getting heavy. That means it's time for a nap. Maybe not right now, maybe in like 10, 15, 20, maybe an hour, but it's definitely that time. But before I partake in that activity, Kathy Knight, the money penny to my James Bond, the Tennille to my Captain, and the Paisley to my Booker T. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, all things Becky Lynch, Soraya, and good eating in Louisiana?
So you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord, all at BLUE70517.
Awesome. And if you want to find me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a couple of cool places every now and then. You can find me on Twitter at the Remy Blue or at Remy Blue. I have two now. I have two Twitter accounts. I guess Twitter decided, yeah, we're gonna give you back your old account. So it's at the Remy Blue and also at Remy Blue, whichever one you want to add me on. Fine. I still have yet to figure out what I want to do with both of them. But that's what it is right now. I'm also on Facebook as Remy Blue and also on Instagram at the Remy Blue as well. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as the Facebook group. We're also on Spotify and we're also on Teespring where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies. We even have coffee mugs. We have several great designs and more designs coming very soon. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where you can see great episodes like this one, like the one we did for our WrestleMania 40 predictions. Lots of great stuff on our YouTube channel. And to see it, all you got to do is really simple. Go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society. And once you see that really good looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with blue frames around it, that's how you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. And you don't want to miss a thing, like Aerosmith in 1998. And with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. Thank you very much. We really and truly appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to. And we're not going to stop doing that. To those of you that'll listen later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Rob Bass at a taco festival, we're not going anywhere for a while. Oh, and Catherine at a Cafe Du Monde. We're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. It seems so weird. Normally Rob is there, but then when you're there, it's like, my bad, Kathy. I didn't mean to forget you.
Just confusing Remy all over the place.
Yeah. But we ain't stopping. So with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we're very well and aware that everybody and their grandparents and their principal podcast. We're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. Matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. It's been 5 years. We're still here. Hashtag we are not the same. So with that being said, hey, yo, Kathy Knight, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for AEW Dynasty and the spectacular card. What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. We'll be back next week with another impressive episode, but until then, we just have 4 favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.
Let the good times roll, Louisiana. Bye.